So going back to teaching, I want to show you a post that I found on Facebook, and it talks about you posted it at the beginning of this year, and you talk about reflecting on 2022 and how, and I'll show you it here.
Yes, I remember making that. Yep.
Yes. And so one of the things while reading it that I love is you just talk about how there is an influx of teachers leaving the profession and how you, what made you stay grounded and want to continue. So, what I guess my question for you is um, when did you realize, or what was that turning point or passion in you that made you want to stay in this profession?
For those of you who haven't read the post, I'm basically talking about how this past year, that both the spring and the fall was my personal hardest year for teaching. I felt like I was trying and putting 100% in, but things didn't feel like they were getting better, which I haven't personally experienced. And so I remember like at the end of 2022, of this past semester, I was like, this is hard. Like, this is really, really hard. And I was worried. I was like, is this what people were talking about? Like, is this why people are leaving? Like, this feeling right here, is this why people are leaving? And then I went on winter break and I kind of, took a break from everything, and I was traveling a lot. There was a lot of stuff going on during that time, and I missed teaching. I took 2 weeks off and I missed it a lot. And I usually do miss teaching. When I'm on break, I usually miss it. And so I was like, okay, so I still love it. If I miss it, I still love it. I told myself the same thing I tell my kids every day, which is like, you learn the most from your failures, or you learn most from your mistakes. And so I was like, not that this season or this year was a failure or a mistake, but I didn't feel good about it. And so I was like, why would I quit on that?
Right.
Like, I should learn from it and be better for it and be appreciative of the years that I love teaching, or like of the years that I feel like things are getting better and everything. So that's what I did. And I kind of changed my approach this concert season that we're in right now. And it's going so much better. And I love it. I love showing up for my sectionals at 6:30 in the morning. And I know that sounds silly or fake even, but it's not. Like, I truly love it. Last year, I did not. I dreaded going to sectionals. So I don't know. I think it's important to know that you go through different seasons of teaching, and that just because it's hard doesn't mean that you have to quit. And I'm not saying that you should stay. Like, if it's not a great environment, or you just decide something else that you love. Like, I know that you said that you were interested in being a teacher and now you're in media, and like, for what it's worth, like, you're rocking it. So it's like, that's the right move for you. So that was my turning point, was realizing that I missed it, and that like, I should learn from what I felt and what I did and move forward from that. And already we're a month and a half into the new year, and I love everything about my job again. So I don't know. I think we just go through seasons of things changing and it feeling different. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to do something forever, because I don't have a crystal ball, but like, there's nothing else I want to be doing. So I'm going to try to make it work.
Yeah, and I agree with you in the whole changing of seasons and things fluctuating, because I went through a very similar experience, kind of as you just previously mentioned. So in college and throughout high school, band was the only thing I wanted to do. I started at Texas A&M Kingsville as a jazz studies major, thought I wanted to play drum set for the rest of my life, and had this huge dream of being a touring musician. And unfortunately, I went through a really bad mental health period my first couple of years of college, and I lost the fun in playing, which was something that absolutely devastated me. And so kind of how I picked up the media thing was I always loved recording myself. I used to have a YouTube channel that would have all my band recordings of like the GoPro from like from the marching season and drumline. You know.
I do. I've never loved recording myself. So like, to hear you say that, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're in the right thing.
Yeah,
Because no.
So I would do that, and then it got even a little bit crazy when I would do I would buy multiple GoPros and do like multiple angles and like learn to edit. And so that's how I picked up the video editing. And so once I decided to take a step back from music and find a new major, I went into communications because media was the new thing. I knew that video production, I really enjoyed that. I made like our band banquet video for high school, and then that later turned into another banquet for our college marching band. And so I kind of decided to pursue that route, and so went on the media route for a little bit. But through that, music has always stayed a part of me. Even if I wasn't playing at the time, I still wanted to be involved with the music department. So at Texas A&M Kingsville, I helped the music department create a lot of their fundraising videos. I ended up doing like being the media director for our collegiate marching band at the time for a season, and it's really full circle to come back and be in this position now with Ultimate Drill Book. Is even though at that time, I thought that I was gonna not necessarily give up music, but just like almost never do it again. At least for a while. In that point, I had taken jobs through corporate jobs and higher education, but to literally come full circle back into media and music, as music staying like my first love and my first passion, certainly I believe that everything happens for a reason. And again, to your point, the whole season's changing. That really means a lot to me, and it's something I certainly remember and live by.
Well, it sounds like you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. So